All right, welcome in everyone. I'm Sebastian, and today I'm just going to go over some equipment that you may or may not want to get when you first start swimming. So let's just get straight into it. Cap and goggles, kind of essential. The cap, if you got long hair, I would definitely get one. The goggles, yes, you definitely, no matter what, have to get one. The cap is the only one that's sort of a choice. Goggles obviously make you be able to see under the water. If you've never felt chlorine on your eyes before, I don't recommend to try. The cap is going to make you wash your hair a lot easier. So if you have very long hair, washing will be an absolute nightmare. So I definitely recommend to get a cap. It might also make you a little bit faster and maybe even a little bit easier. Okay, so for the beginners, I'd buy a noodle. If you're still not quite comfortable with being around the pool, it gives you some safety. It won't save your life, but at least it just gives you that little bit of a boost, especially if you still can't quite get up. All right, next up is probably the only one that I would say is close to being essential, not quite essential, but close to for beginners, and it's the board. It's great for kicking and can't even see my hands. It's great for kicking and great for catch up. So when you're first learning your freestyle and your backstroke, you'll probably be doing something like a catch up with a board. So yeah, if you want to buy one of those, they're great. I would definitely recommend that for a beginner. Next one, probably the one that I most use myself, is the pool boy. It's great. It makes it a lot easier for me personally. So I won't have to use as much energy as I'm doing my freestyle and some of my other strokes. It helps me with my breaststroke. Yeah, it's a great thing. Would I use it as a beginner? Yeah. I would wait until I can swim at least around 15 meters. I would personally, I would hold out until I can swim 25 meters, sort of confidently, before I get one of these. 15 meters is all right. I wouldn't get one at 5 meters, but you can if you want to. Uh, what what it does is you put it between your legs. It's a strong floaty, so keep your legs up high. You won't have to kick, and yeah, you won't spend that energy doing that. All right, next one, hand paddles. So I've got some here. Uh, would I use these as a beginner? No, I would leave them till I'm advanced. So what these do is they'll give you a really nice pull, help you with your hand positioning a little bit. Uh, but yeah, I wouldn't go for it when you're a beginner. There's really no point. It's not gonna change your life. It's more about getting from point B to point C than getting from point A to B. If you get what I mean there. If you want to get some hand paddles, I would get these. So this is a fingertip paddle, and it will just help you get more of a feel of the water. Get your forearms going, and it will give you a really nice pull. But even then, I would hold out with these until you're more of an intermediate level swimmer or advanced level swimmer. Right. Fins, probably the most common that you'll see. They are pretty good. I wouldn't get them as a beginner though. A lot of beginners don't quite have a perfect kick yet, and I always say wait until you have a perfect kick before you start using the fins. I don't really enjoy using them myself, and yeah, they just add a little bit of weight. They come in all different shapes and sizes. These ones are average, they're okay. The longer ones, don't get those if you're just going to train with them. What I would get is some shorter ones, so they'll be a little bit narrower than this one. Oops, sorry, I touched the mic. They'll be a little bit narrower than this one and a little bit more uniform, and they'll have a flat top, not this sort of. What shape is that? I know. There's a word. There's a shape for this, but I can't think of it right now. So yeah, if you go to a pool and see a squad, they'll all have the fins that I was just talking about, the narrow ones, shorter ones. more uniform ones, get those. They're much better for training purposes. I don't have them here with me, sorry. Lastly, you'll see a lot of snorkels. Do I recommend snorkels? Not really for beginners. They are one where I'll say if you do want to use them and you want to try the snorkel, you really want to use it, it's whether or not I say yes or no between using it or not. Say, yeah, you can use it. It's not that big of a deal, but you're not going to learn your breathing rhythm as fast. So obviously, if you're using a snorkel, you'll be able to breathe freely. So that means that you won't learn your rhythm and how to breathe under the water more, or not breathe under the water, but breathing while you're in the water. You're not going to learn that as quick. And I think that's the most important thing while you're a beginner to learn with swimming. So yeah, it's sort of a thing where even though I don't recommend it, you can still get it if you really want to. It is going to help you push your body a little bit more. So yeah, that is one benefit that you will have. And some people take to snorkels really well. Some people don't take to them very well. So be ready to swallow some water if you do get a snorkel. And you might never get used to it. You might get used to it straight away. You might have been snorkeling and you already have felt a snorkel before, and you might want to use it then because of that. But yeah, overall, if you've really never been in the water, just learn how to breathe without a snorkel first. So that goes for all the equipment. There's not real, like, some people might ask you to get some bands and some shorter noodles, but everything. If I haven't said anything, probably means that it's not too useless, or it's a very niche piece of equipment that you won't really typically see in the pool. Before I go, I just want to ask you, if you do have any questions about swimming, you can feel free to leave a comment to me today. If you have any questions about where the best places are to get, typically just look around for any deals on Speedo, Zogs. If there aren't any deals, go on Amazon. Probably go on there anyway. Do not go onto Temu. Don't go on any of those sites. Get something good quality. But as you can tell, I kind of said they're not. None of them are necessary besides the goggles and the jammers. Like your actual cozies. The cap's all right. The board's pretty good, but the rest of it, just based on your preferences. If you want to get it, get it. But I like to think of swimming as it should be, a cheap sport. So it shouldn't cost too much, and all that equipment is pretty pricey. So your decision if you want to get it or not. If you do get it and start struggling with it though, leave me a comment, send me a message, send me an email, and I'll give you some tips. Just tell me what's going wrong, and I'll tell you maybe how to use it a little bit better, because I've got plenty of experience with all different types of equipment. And if you have any other questions or queries about anything else in swimming, feel free. What I do a lot is someone will record themselves while they swim, and they'll email it to me, a little short video, because sometimes they don't let you go too long, and I'll send you some tips and some tricks. And yeah, that's just great ways to improve. Obviously, experience is king, so swimming is the best way to learn. Actually doing it is the best way to learn. So please always keep swimming consistently. Anyways, that's it from me today. Thank you guys for tuning in. I hope this helped you. And yeah, I hope this cleared your mind up about what equipment you'll need. What do I want? Is it really useful for me? Is it not? Stuff like that. Anyway, I'll see you on the next one. I'm Sebastian. I'll see you later. Happy swimming.